Big breaking news coming in from Ladakh. The Ladakh DGP in his press conference has made a startling revelation. DGP SD Jamwal said, and I quote, "We have arrested a Pakistan PIO in the recent past who was in touch with Sonam Wangchuk and reporting back across. We have a record of this. He had attended a dawn event in Pakistan. He also visited Bangladesh." This comes after Sonam Wangchuk was arrested and transferred to the central jail in Jodhpur. He also visited Pakistan less than 6 months ago. He recorded a video during his visit. Listen in.
Attending the climate change conference Brief Pakistan organized by Dawn Media in Pakistan, and I presented my views on what can be done in the high Himalayas at this.
जमाल साहब, ये है कि सोनम वांगचुक के खिलाफ एक एनएसए लगाया गया है और रिपोर्ट्स आ रही हैं कि उनको जोधपुर जेल शिफ्ट किया गया है। ये क्यों किया गया, क्या चार्जेस उनके खिलाफ हैं, अगर आप उसको एलैबोरेट करें। और एक सवाल और कि गवर्नर साहब जो हैं कविंदर गुप्ता, उन्होंने बोला कि एक फॉरेन कॉन्स्पिरेसी है। अभी एनडीटीवी पे इंटरव्यू दिया, तो इन्वेस्टिगेशन में क्या सामने आया?
देखिए, कुछ इन्वेस्टिगेशन जो हम अभी तक आपको बता सकते हैं, कुछ ऑब्वियसली हम नहीं बता पाएंगे क्योंकि उसमें एक प्रोसेस चल रही है। जो सोनम वांगचुक का है, अगर आप देखें इनका प्रोफाइल और इनकी हिस्ट्री रही है, ये सारा कुछ आपको यूट्यूब में अवेलेबल होगा। जिस किस्म से इंस्टिगेशन वाली उन्होंने बातें की हैं, अरब स्प्रिंग की बात की है, या नेपाल या बांग्लादेश या श्रीलंका की जो इंस्टिगेट करने के लिए उनका एक अपना एजेंडा है। जहां तक आपकी फॉरेन फंडिंग की बात कर रहे हैं, उसके ऊपर ऑलरेडी प्रोसेस चल रही है। FCRA की वायलेशन का कितना वहां पे है, हमने पिछले दिनों जब चलो इस प्लेटफॉर्म में बता देता हूं, हमने एक पाकिस्तान PIO भी पकड़ा था जो इनके साथ उनकी रिपोर्टिंग करके अक्रॉस भेज रहा था। उसके भी एक हमारे पास रिकॉर्ड है। हमारे पास इनकी जो विजिट्स हैं, जैसे पाकिस्तान में डॉन की इवेंट इन्होंने वहां पे जाके किया, उसके बाद बांग्लादेश में, तो ये सारा एक बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन मार्क है इनके ऊपर। और इसके बीच में डिफरेंट एजेंसीज जो हैं जिनका ये काम है, वो ऑलरेडी इसमें इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रही हैं और उसमें एक्शन लेंगी।
Joining me on the telecast is Ajay Jandal. Ajay, big revelations at this point of time being made by the DGP, Dr. SD Jamwal. He says that there was a link that is quite evident between Sonam Wangchuk and a Pakistani intelligence operative. Sonam Wangchuk has visited Pakistan and Bangladesh in a span of 6 months. What does this all indicate?
Megha, you rightly said, because it's not that easy to arrest anybody, and especially if some activist has been arrested. So there must be some adequate, proofs with the agencies, those who are basically investigating this matter, and on that basis they might have arrested him. And that is what DGP Ladakh SD Singh Jamwal have said. He said that we have arrested a person who was basically a Pakistani informer. He was arrested, and then they came to know that Sonam, he was basically sharing information and rallies and whatever he was doing over here in the Ladakh, he was sharing with Pakistan. And not only that, but Sonam Wangchuk's recent visit to Pakistan, to Bangladesh, his pictures, and then his provocative statement what he made during the hunger strike, that basically led to his arrest, and that led to the violence, and then that's why agencies have arrested. And other than that, what we have seen that during the investigation, that was proved that his NGOs, what he was running for last many years, they were getting crores of rupees from undeclared authorities and different countries. And
Right.
even he hadn't shared that information and some of the account numbers of these NGOs as well. So that is the reason that suspicion occurred, and then authorities they took decision, because it was not only a normal protest, it was a violence which led to casualty of the 6 people, 90 were injured, and even he revealed that CRPF personnel and the female security personnel that was beaten up by the protesters. So that shows that it was a planned move, and that's why these action has been taken. Not only Sonam Wangchuk, but about more than 50 people have been arrested in this regard.
Right. Also, there are many of his statements that are coming to light during his hunger protest that was being carried out in the last few days. He specifically mentioned one of these comments that were made by him, saying that this time around, if China looks to enter into India via Ladakh, the Ladakhis would openly allow and welcome the Chinese, because India is not working for the welfare of the people of Ladakh and not granting statehood to the region of Ladakh.
Yes, you rightly said, and he has made so many statements, whether it was a provoking, provocative statement to provoke the youngsters of Ladakh to carry out some massive protests and some violence as well. Because if you see that right after his statement, what we have seen, he was saying that see what has happened in Bangladesh, in Nepal, in other countries, Sri Lanka. And that was something that people basically bring change, and they brought change by giving life. So it was basically provoking the youngsters. And then what we have seen, that other statement in which he was saying that if India is not doing anything, then definitely people of Ladakh will open their gate for the China. So that indicates that it is something, this is anti-national activities which he was basically running, and on that, case basis, he has been arrested and then shifted to the Jodhpur.
Right, absolutely. Ajay, thank you very much for giving us those details. I'm also being joined by Sumit P right now. Sumit, this is a shocking revelation. Sonam Wangchuk, his visits to Islamabad and to Bangladesh in the last 6 months, and not just that, his links with a Pakistan intelligence officer, an operative, have also come to light. Now, this has been stated, revealed by the DGP himself. How are proceedings against Sonam Wangchuk going to take place? He is in central jail in Jodhpur. His case is going to be heard by the courts.
I think, Meghaji, thanks for this opportunity. Look, he has to be tried for treason. I think NSA is the most appropriate act which has been put on him. I have been very vocal on your channel because I always thought there is a Chinese intelligence, possibly Pakistani intelligence behind it. Maybe the CIA has something to do with it. But Chinese and Pakistani role was very clear. Now, with this revelation, it is very clear that it was the ISI. It's ISI link. He's ISI man. He's ISI man on the ground. And what do we do with traitors like him? And exactly that should be done with him, because if he has links with ISI and he's in touch with Pakistani intelligence agencies, I think then beyond a doubt it is treason, it is treachery, and he should be treated as any other treason, what we do with any of the people who do treason to the country. This is a betrayal of 1.4 billion people, and Bharat will not take it lined up. And it also talks about that this all was never a Gen Z so-called protest. It was an imported model from Nepal, wherein they tried to import this model, wherein ISI was facilitating this man and was asking him to foment trouble. I mean, it is very clear now, and the kind of, what we have seen, the beating of the policemen, the women were harassed, and all those things, they were a part of a design to, destabilize our military, Himalayan military frontier. That was the bigger plan.
Right.
Because if the Himalayan military frontier gets destabilized, it makes we work easy for China, and of course, it's to Pakistan. And he was their agent. It's now very clear. I don't think there's anything to contemplate, Meghaji. I have to congratulate police for this big catch, and which puts everything in perspective.
Right.
And,
Stay on with me, Sumit. I'm also being joined by Joyita Basu. Joyita, what are your reactions now that this revelation has been made? It has come to light. His visits to Islamabad, he's gone to Dhaka. This is just in a short span of 6 months. February is the time, February 2025 is when he visited Pakistan. I think he represented himself at a platform that was hosted by a Pakistani news agency by the name of Dawn. And what is more sinister in terms of news coming in, that he was in direct touch with the Pakistan intelligence operative. What does this all indicate?
You see, Megha, when you are talking about visits to Bangladesh or Pakistan, we cannot really hold him accountable for that. But all I can say is that he should have been more intelligent, in terms of going to Pakistan, because Dawn is a very well-known newspaper. Now, what is really bothering us right now is that this particular revelation that has come, that he was in touch with this ISI man. And you see, if we have seen the videos that that have been doing the rounds of social media, there also he is talking in terms of, that there is some man who is talking about China should be coming in, where the Ladakhis are so frustrated, the Chinese should be coming in, and we are going to help them get into rest of India, attack India. That is what he's talking about. No sensible man can even refer to something like this or justify a demand or a claim like that, or I would say an assertion like that, while saying that people are angry. If that was the case, there are so many protests happening all over India. The whole of India would be, the Indians will be saying that, we are going to, I hope India breaks up. I hope India gets killed. I hope India is conquered. This is actual treason. I
Right.
agree with the previous speaker. This is treason. And if the government can prove that this man is an ISI mole, then I'm sorry, then this man should be in prison for the rest of his life.
Right.